Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We approach the 1 o'clock hour here at East Peoria at Central Junior High School as we are on the bottom half of the bracket now for our quarterfinal round of the IESA 7th grade Class 1A state tournament. It's Mendota Holy Cross taking on Augusta Southeastern in what we expect to be a pretty nice matchup here between two pretty darn good teams who have made their way today to the Elite Eight. The gym has emptied out here just a little bit as we had a really exciting finish between Siegel St. Michael and Lexington as the Sharpshooters of St. Michael's advance in overtime 23-20. They will take on West Lincoln Broadwell, who was a 49-14 winner to start the day over Royal Prairie View Ogden. It's the Sons and the Warriors coming up here, and we'll take a quick break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show and get you ready for quarterfinal number 3. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 1 minute.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal. For all of your lending needs, give Damon Emmerich and his team a call. Friendly staff and exceptional service will help you on the way with your next vehicle, residential, personal loan, whatever you need. Give the guys at Great Rivers Bank a call, and you can use that online application tool at greatriversbank.bank to start your journey. Well, let's start with the Warriors from Mendota Holy Cross coming into the season with a record of 16-3 here in the Elite Eight. They have defeated Mendota Northbrook, Lawston, Oglesby Holy Family, LaSalle Trinity Catholic, Amboy Grade School, Peru Catholic, Utica Waltham, LaSalle Dimmock, Oglesby Holy Family again, Peru Catholic, and more on their route to 16 wins this season. Their postseason journey, they defeated LaSalle Dimmock by a score of 45-29 in the regional semifinals. Peru Catholic in the championship 38-24 and defeated Washington St. Patrick by a blowout score of 50-15 in the sectional championship to punch their ticket here to the state tournament today. This is a roster that is not very deep. As we went down and talked to Coach Aaron Eddy before the basketball game, he scratched off 3 kids. They've got a total of 7 kids in roster and jersey here today for Holy Cross. So if they get into any foul trouble, or if the Suns are able to pressure just a little bit, as we know that Southeastern team likes to do defensively, it might cause some problems and wear down these Warriors as we get into the later parts of the basketball game. Expect to see kids like Will Augenbaugh, Cal Doyle, Quinn Eddy, Joe Cackley, and Liam Jones. And, of course, with only a couple of extra guys, we'll expect to see everybody get some minutes here today for this Holy Cross team. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell you about the Southeastern Suns and their journey to East Peoria. You are watching the Great Rivers Bank pregame show here live on Central Illinois Sports.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Welcome you back to Central Illinois Sports, exclusive coverage of the IESA Boys Basketball State Championships as we get you ready for the 7th grade Class 1A quarterfinal, between Augusta Southeastern and Mendota Holy Cross. For this Suns team, they come in with a record of 18-4, and again, they are one of two schools with the maximum enrollment here of 75 students to be put into the 1A category, as we've seen Lexington just in the previous game also with 75 students. Augusta Southeastern making their 20th appearance in IESA state tournament action. And, of course, they've had some old classic state championships way under their belt. And this is a team with a lot of history program in the junior high ranks. And Brian Schulian's got a really nice squad here that comes into today's game with a record of 18-4. They have played nearly a dozen 2A or larger schools. They have won 10 of those games throughout the season. This is a team that's battle-tested against bigger competition, not afraid to come to the big challenge, and that has helped earn their way here to a state quarterfinal berth as they defeated Griggsville Perry 33-26, a game that Brian Schulian said they had to put forth their best effort against the Eagles, and always tough IESA 1A powerhouse. And he said their toughest game of the year came against West Prairie, who's also competing in the 2A quarterfinals here later today. Said that they had a large struggle against the Cyclones, ended up losing, but he feels it was their biggest learning opportunity throughout the year, and now they're a lot better for that loss. You're going to have some guys coming up here today, including the names of Hudson Ramsey, Cash Lance, Hayden Wilcox, Carter Akers summing in the start five here. And, of course, what would a Southeastern team be without a Stevens? Nolan Stevens is in the starting five here today for the Suns. Of course, you know the Stevens family. Every great athlete in Southeastern almost has a last name of the name of Stevens. And, of course, one of the ones you know most notably is Danny Stevens, currently on the roster at the University of Missouri men's basketball team. For this Augusta Southeastern team, they defeated Jacksonville Our Savior 61-29 in the regional semifinal, a 33-26 win over Griggsville Perry in the regional championship game, and they defeated Bunker Hill Wolf Ridge 57-24 to win their sectional. They've had some big blowout wins, 36-9 win over Rushville Industry. They've also defeated Whitehall North Green by 35-14. That's a 2A school. They defeated Kinderhook Western 47-11, defeated La Harpe 43-6, defeated Stronghurst West Central 42-16. This team for Southeastern averages usually somewhere around in the high 30s a game. They've also eclipsed the 40 mark high. They've never got into the 50s this season except for the sectional championship game, but this team has scored in the high 40s many, many times. And when you're playing 6-minute quarters, that can be a little bit tough to do. So we expect this team to be a very high potent offense, And, of course, Brian Schulian has this team zoned in defensively. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be the Farm and Home starting lineups, and we'll get you ready for quarterfinal number 3. It's Mendota Holy Cross taking on Augusta Southeastern. You're watching exclusive coverage here on Central Illinois Sports.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
We welcome you back here to Central Illinois sports coverage of the IESA Boys Basketball State Tournament. You're watching the 7th grade 1A quarterfinal coming up between Mendota Holy Cross and Augusta Southeastern. Time to give you the Farm and Home starting lineups from power tools, snow melt, snow shovels, farm gear, home gear, toys, whatever you need. Farm and Home's got it. Stop by your nearest location today. Let's give you the non-starters for both teams first before we give you the starting fives. We'll start off first for the away team in their road blues today with the gold letters and numbers. It's the Southeastern Suns out of Augusta, Illinois. A record of 18-4. Brian Scullion, the head coach for this team, making their 20th appearance in the IESA state tournaments. Non-starters, number 3, a 6th grade guard, is Easton Allensworth. A 7th grade forward, number 11, Braden Hubbard. A 7th grade forward, number 13, Noah Russell. A 7th grade forward, number 15, Carter Lilly. A 6th grade forward, number 22, Connor Griswold. A 7th grade center, number 43, Aiden Bergeau. And a 7th grade forward, number 50, Alex Russell.
Number 43, Aiden
Burjoyce, excuse me. Aiden Burjoyce. As we screw that up, we make a mistake every now and then here, but let's give you the starting lineup now for the Augusta Southeastern Suns. Starting at forward, a 6th grader, number 12, is Carter Akers. At guard, a 7th grader, number 14, is Hayden Wilcox. At forward, a 7th grader, number 24, is Cash Lance. At guard, a 7th grader, number 33, is Hudson Ramsey. And at forward, a 6th grader, number 32, is Nolan Stevens. It'll be Akers, Wilcox, Lance, Stevens, and Ramsey for the 18-4 Augusta Southeastern Suns. Head coach at the bench is Mr. Brian Scullion. They'll be in the road blues, gold numbers and letters with some white trim around the shoulders and neck. On the opposite side now for the Mendota Holy Cross Warriors, 16-3 on the season, Aaron Eddy, their head coach. Just a couple of non-starters here today. Let's tell you who those are. A 6th grade forward, number 10, Cam Pulowski, along with a 7th grade forward, number 33 is Rafa Artega. A couple of kids not in uniform here today for Holy Cross, and just not a lot of kids on the roster in general, as now they only dress 7 kids here today. Rafa Arteaga getting his introductions as the public address announcer, having some fun with it here. And now let's give you the starting lineups for the 16-3 Holy Cross Warriors. At guard is 7th grader, number 3, Will Augenbaugh. At guard is 7th grader, number 13 is Cal Doyle. At a forward, a 7th grader, number 21 is Quinn Eddy. And at center, a 7th grader, number 34 is Joe Cackley. And at guard, a 7th grader, number 41, Liam Jones. So it'll be Augenbaugh, Doyle, Eddy, Cackley, and Jones for the Mendota Holy Cross Warriors. So glad you're joining us alongside here on Central Illinois Sports. We remind you your subscription and purchase here for the state tournament gets you access into our semifinals later tonight, also gets you into the championship games next Thursday, and includes access to the 8th grade tournament coming up next weekend. So if you are a school that maybe has a really successful year between 7th and 8th grades, you're already locked in to watch state tournament action next week as well here on Central Illinois Sports. Nolan Stevens will step into the center circle for Southeastern. On the opposite side, lining up for Holy Cross will be Quinn Eddy. West Lincoln Broadwell and Siegel St. Michael's have punched their tickets to the semifinals. Let's see who's going to join them here coming up. The winner of this will move on to the 6:30 contest later on tonight. Officials are set, fans are set, we're ready to go. It's junior high state tournament action on Central Illinois Sports. And we're going to read so they're going to say that Southeastern gets the basketball, and what was a turnover there from Holy Cross. Possession will go to Holy Cross here on the next ball. Driving in, going up with a shot, no good out of Lance's hands. Rebound comes back down to the Suns. Stevens with it, drives in. Runner with the right hand gets partially blocked. Coming up with it is Akers. He gets blocked, and here comes Holy Cross for their church touch. Eddy pushes the basketball quickly down to Augenbaugh in the corner. Goes behind the hands of Eddy, gets stolen away. Here comes Wilcox with the basketball, picks it up, bounce pass over to Ramsey. His shot's up and good. Hudson Ramsey puts the Suns on the board. It's a 2-0 lead. We'll get the score reset. We never reset it after the last game. It's a 2-0 lead now as Ramsey gets his team on the board. Zone look here from Southeastern to kick things off. Holy Cross has Quinn Eddy bouncing around the lane. Eddy gets the basketball, short shot on the baseline, no good. Rebound comes down to Cash Lance. He'll hand it off to Stevens, who will slyly dribble it across the timeline here for Southeastern. Down into the corner. Wilcox with the basketball, gets it back up. Shot no good, out of the hands of Lance. Rebound goes down to Eddie. He'll push the tempo for Holy Cross. Augenbaugh with the basketball, drives baseline into triple coverage, gets blocked by Lance. Stevens comes up with it, pushes it now down to Ramsey. He'll push it down into the right corner. Lance thought about the long shot, hands it out to Stevens. He'll fire up the three off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by Holy Cross, and it's grabbed by Doyle, and we'll get a jump ball, and possession will go to Holy Cross. For Mendota, just 19 games here on the basketball season. Only losses on the season, 2 hands to Ottawa Marquette, who actually plays in the next contest. 2 of their losses have come to an also Elite 8 basketball team. The other one they lost to, a 30-28 loss to Dixon Reagan Middle School towards the end of the season. With the basketball now is Augenbaugh. Kicks it over to the right side. Now this is Cackley with it. Tries to toss it up to Eddie. Loses the basketball, and he picks it back up. 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Eddie fires one up. Might have got partially blocked by Stevens. It didn't find the rim anywhere close. Down into the corner. This is Wilcox with it. They push it into Lance. He'll go up with the left hand. High off the glass and good. Lance gets his first 2 of the basketball game. It's a 4-0 lead for the Suns. 3:50 here in the first quarter on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Long 3 for the answer is no good. It goes high off the backboard. Loose ball rebound grab now. Here comes Hayden Wilcox with it. Wilcox finds a lane, goes up. Nice pass over to Ramsey. He kicks it back out to Stevens. His 3 is pure. Nolan Stevens knocks it down from 19-9, and it's a 7-0 lead. The Suns jump out red hot here in the start. Holy Cross looking for an answer here quickly. Eddie with the basketball, gets caught up in a double team at the top. Cross-court pass over to Augenbaugh. His 3 up, doesn't find the mark. Going in for it was Cackley. He's going to be able to knock it off of Lance. It'll go out of bounds and remain with the Warriors as we show you that last 3 from Nolan Ramsey on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction replay. He's a sharp shooter. Back to live action. Suns lead by 7. Holy Cross has the basketball. They work it down to Eddie in the corner. Double teamed, cross-court pass nicely into Cackley. Gets caught at the block, trying to get rid of it, and now it's going to be a travel violation as he drags the foot. Southeastern prides themselves on closing in on those double teams no matter where they get an opportunity after you pick that basketball up. Cackley got caught at the block and turns it over. Here's full court pressure now from the Warriors. They get it in. Stevens pushes it now down to Akers. Akers, nice pass over to Wilcox. Wilcox gets the first 2 of his game, and we've got a timeout. It's a full minute taken by Holy Cross. It's an Adams Fiber timeout as we show you the Northwestern Mutual replay as the Suns are rolling. They're up 9-0 here in the early going from East Peoria.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Is predator hunting your thing? Game Masters has you covered. We have way more than just deer and turkey hunting gear, safes, clothes, and gifts. Come check out our predator guns, calls, decoys, lights, traps, binoculars, bipods, tripods, and shooting sticks. Don't forget your thermal and night vision, rifle scopes, trapping equipment, and supplies. Whether your next game pursuit is big or small, runs or flies, Game Masters has what you need to get the job done. We're passionate about the outdoors.
Holy Cross takes the Adams Fiber timeout. It's their first of the contest for the Wi-Fi 6 experience and speeds up to 1 gigabit. That means you'll never buffer watching Central Illinois sports. Give the guys at followthefiber.net a follow. Shot from Cackley is no good, and flying in for the rebound was Hayden Wilcox, and Cackley's going to get called for an over the back. For Cackley, it'll be his first of the ball game, first of the quarter against Holy Cross. As we remind you, because we've got to remind ourselves, after 5 fouls, we go to double bonus shooting. There's no more 1-and-1 here in the land of Lincoln. Suns quickly pushing the tempo. They kick it back out. 3 ball on the way from Cash Lance. In and out and rolls back down. Cash Lance with a triple. He's got 5. It's a 12-0 run here for the Suns to start this one. Holy Cross driving in. Runner from Eddie is no good. Rebound grab by Lance. Stevens, 3-ball from the left wing, goes off the left side of the iron. It's going to fly out of bounds, and Holy Cross will let it just go out. Well, if you're surprised by this start, don't be. Southeastern prides itself on playing tough competition, and 2A competition, especially in the west central part of Illinois, is very, very tough. As you go in the likes of Brown County, Carthage, Nauvoo, Colusa, and more, and they have played a dozen 2A teams and won 10 of them this season. And we'll get a quick foul there, and that's going to go against Hudson Ramsey as he tries to stop the dribble lane, and he gets called for the block instead. For Ramsey, it'll be his first, team first of the quarter here against Augusta Southeastern with 1:46 left to go in the opening period. And now Brian Schillian says he'll take a quick timeout. We'll take it too. It's another Adams Fiber timeout. Don't go anywhere. We're back here in 30 seconds. Augusta takes its first time out of the basketball game. 2 timeouts taken here in the early going. And now Holy Cross trying to get on the board. They get it down into Cackley. His shot off the glass, off the iron, rolls in and rolls back out. And grabbing the rebound was Carter Akers, ripping it away. Nice give and go from Stevens down to Ramsey. Stevens drives in, gets caught, passes it out. Ramsey's shot in and out of the rim, no good. Stevens flying in for it, gets caught up with Eddie, and the officials will whistle a jump ball, and the alternating possession belongs to Southeastern. Inbounds pass gets tipped. They work it back around top of the key. Stevens with it. Takes one dribble. Cross-court pass now back over to Hayden Wilcox, who will reset the offense here for Southeastern. Baseline drive from Lance, gets caught at the short corner. Stevens will fire up a 3 in and out of the rim, no good. Cackley will grab the rebound for Holy Cross. 5 minutes gone by here in the basketball game. Mendota has yet to get on the scoreboard. Augenbaugh with it, tosses it down in the corner. 3-ball for Leah Doyle, no good. Quick offensive rebound as a put in for Quinn Eddy. He breaks the streak. It's 12-2. Eddy with his first points. Holy Cross now on the scoreboard with less than a minute to go. They'll get full court pressure on the Suns. They're going to quickly burn through this press. Gets stolen away. Augenbaugh with it. 39 seconds left to go. They'll push it back down. Cackley with it on the baseline. Drives in, gets tipped away by Stevens. Loose ball comes up. Holy Cross still holds on to it. Eddy drives in, picks it up left elbow. They work it around the perimeter nicely. Long 3 in and out of the hands of Doyle. Rebound grabbed again by Cash Lance. 20 seconds left to go here in the first. They'll work it back out. Brian Schillian calls out instructions to his team in the blue. 12 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. They work it over to Wilcox. Back up to Ramsey. Over to Stevens. He'll fire one up from the 3, and it's good. Nolan Stevens true again from 19-9. It's a 15-2 ball game as Nolan Stevens has 6. Let's take a look at that last 3 on the Northwestern Mutual replay as the Suns fans are loving it here in East Peoria. Their team is up by 13. It's a 15-2 basketball game. Don't go anywhere. We're back with second quarter action.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Back with you for second quarter play-by-play action here. As Augusta Southeastern has racked off 3 triples and they lead 15-2 here. The Suns average 38 points a game and 4 threes. They've already got 3 here in the first quarter. Cackley with the basketball for Holy Cross gets tied up with Stevens and will get a jump ball right off the bat. And the possession will quickly go back here to Southeastern. Brian Shollian said his team's got a lot of quickness and a lot of good instincts. And that's what helps get them be a defensive presence here on the floor. And you've seen that a little bit as they've been able to quickly close out and nice lateral movement, especially in the half-court defensive set. Stevens with the basketball. Works it around, drives into the lane, gets quadruple team, kicks it back out as they work it around the top of the key. To Ramsey in the corner. Nice ball fake. Draws the defender up, opts out on the shot, and they'll work it back around. With the basketball is Wilcox. Takes a couple of dribbles. They kick it back. Stevens. 3-ball from the right wing again is good. Nolan Stevens knocks it down again. That's his third 3 of the game. It's an 18-3 lead as Stevens has 9. 18-2 as Stevens has 9. With the basketball is Augenbaugh. Drives it in for Holy Cross. Now it gets tipped away, stolen away. Here comes Wilcox with it. Wilcox with the larceny. Layup. Can't finish, though. But the Suns will rebound and give it another try. It's Ramsey one more time. Oh, my goodness. The man is on fire. He's got 12. As we get another quick look on the Northwestern Mutual replay, as Nolan Stevens knocks down his 4th triple of the ballgame already. He's got 12 points, and Holy Cross is looking for answers. We get you back to live play-by-play here, as now it looks like we might have to get a quick timeout. And Holy Cross says they're going to take it. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. We're not going anywhere. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You're getting thirsty. Bold. Refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
We get you back to live game action as Nolan Stevens has just knocked down another triple. He's got 15, all on 3-pointers. And it is a 24-2 lead as the Suns are rolling here in East Peoria. Augenbaugh with it. He's going to get the travel call. Stevens was able to get a hand in his passing lane and just stumbled him enough before he could get the ball out of his hands. Another turnover against Holy Cross as they have run into a buzzsaw of a shooting effort so far here from Southeastern in the first half. Wilcox with the basketball. They get it back up to Cash Lance. Down into the corner. This is Hudson Ramsey. His shot no good. Eddie will come down with the rebound for Holy Cross. Long pass. Somehow falls into the hands of Doyle. He'll go up with it. Shot is no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Carter Akers. Akers filled into the starting lineup here this year for Southeastern after a big injury, and Shollian says that Akers has really stepped up for this team and become a nice contributor into the starting 5. He filled in somewhere around late November. The last 3 from the Suns was no good, a rare miss from behind the arc so far, and now here comes Holy Cross. It's Quinn Eddy with the basketball. Drives in, runner with the left hand, rolls in and out of the rim, no good. He's going to get his own rebound. Throws it up again. That one doesn't find the mark. Ramsey will come down with, Stevens will come down with the rebound. Behind the back dribble, gets stolen away. Here comes Quinn Eddy. Eddy bullies up, goes up with the left hand and good. Quinn Eddy with the steal and the layup. Mendota scores its first points in a long time. They trail by 20 as Eddie has all 4 of the Warriors' points. 3:09 left to go here in the second quarter is what's been a fast-moving basketball game. Akers with the basketball. Works it back up now to Hudson Ramsey. Suns will reset. Long three high off the glass from Lance, no good. With the basketball now is Wilcox. His shot no good. Lance fighting for the rebound. It's a loose ball on the floor. Stevens comes up with it. And now Brian Schullian will take a timeout. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. For the best local computer sales and repair service, give the guys at Adams Experts and Adams Fiber a call. Visit them at followthefiber.net for more. We're back in 45 seconds.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
If you have that drive and you want to do more with that, then there's opportunity there for you to do that. It's not the typical job that you would expect it to be. Like, it's just super fulfilling. When my life needed opportunity, I chose DOT.
The Suns take the timeout. It's their second of the basketball game. Holy Cross has also taken 2 whistles. It'll be Southeastern basketball here with 2:49 left to go in our first half. Southeastern on a runaway right now. They lead by 20, 24-4. Stevens has 15 already. Cash Lanes has 5 for Southeastern. Ramsey's 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Quinn Eddy comes down with it. He's a nice basketball player for this Warriors team. Long pass down to Augenbaugh. He'll run in with it. Goes into double coverage. Forces the shot up. No good. And Akers will grab the rebound. A little bit of extended pressure now here from Holy Cross. Pass is tipped away as Cal Doyle got his hand to the passing lane. It'll go out of bounds and remain Southeastern basketball. And Wilcox will inbound in front of the Mendota bench. Just 7 players in roster here today for Holy Cross. Stevens with the basketball. Back up top to Cash Lance at the volleyball line as they work it around the perimeter. Now they kick it out into the corner. Ramsey's 3. In and out and rolls back down. And the rim is friendly today for Augusta Southeastern as Ramsey knocks it down. He's got 5. 3 ball on the way from Eddie to answer is no good. Lance almost got a hand on it. Eddie grabs the rebound. He'll put it up and in. Eddie's got all 6 of the points here for Holy Cross. They trail by 21 now, 27-6 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Stevens with the basketball, drives into the lane, gets double teamed at the free throw line, got to get rid of it. Now he finds Cash Lance. Lance drives in, runner up with a right hand and rolls around off the rim and no good. And now we'll get a foul as it appears to be pushing on Cash Lance. And that will be the whistle. For Lance, it's going to be his first personal foul. First of the quarter against Southeastern. Remind you, we've got a quick break in the action. We remind you that your subscription today gets you access into all 4 state tournament, quarterfinal, and semifinal round games here today. We've got guys at El Paso Gridley, Normal Kingsley, and Macon Meridian alongside being here as well at East Peoria. You'll also have access to all of the 8th grade tournament action coming up next weekend as well. What a deal for $14.99. 3 ball on the way is good for Cal Doyle, and a little bit of life here for the Warriors. Doyle gets his first 3 of the contest. It's 27-9, a minute 13 left to go. Warriors need to find a couple of defensive stops if they can get them here to end the quarter. Driving in, high shot from Wilcox. Rebound comes down, Quinn Eddy gets it. He'll push the tempo here for Mendota. Picks the basketball up, Augenbaugh just inside the arc is good, and Augenbaugh comes up with a bucket. And now it's 27-11. Mendota Holy Cross stringing some points together and going into the halftime break maybe with a little bit of momentum. Let's see what the Suns have to answer with here in the last minute of the half. Ramsey now over to Wilcox. Picks it up at the free throw line, back to Stevens. Wilcox, corner 3. In and out again. Stevens comes down with the offensive rebound. He can't finish, gets his own miss again, goes up with it on the right hand and good. Nolan Stevens. 29-11. Stevens has 17 in the first half for Southeastern. Doyle with the basketball. Picks it up right wing. Back to Augenbaugh. 16 seconds left. Gets caught in the corner. Now tosses it into Cackley. Cackley goes up, and he will get fouled and go to the free throw line. Foul will be whistled against Akers. It's going to be Carter Akers' first of the game. Second of the quarter against Southeastern, and stepping to the free throw line will be Joe Cackley. As the free throws are being shot, we remind you about Dick's Sporting Goods. Head to IESA.org for a 20% off coupon, good through February 16th to 18th, only at Dick's Sporting Goods. And remember, fans, every season starts at Dick's. First one from Cackley is up and no good. If Mendota could at least get another point here, bring it back down to a 17-point ball game. Not the easiest deficit to achieve, but at least gives you a little bit of momentum going into the halftime break. Second one's up and good for Cackley. It's his first of the ball game. 29-12. Let's see what the Suns have up their sleeve for the last possession here. It's Ramsey with it. Drives in, kicks it back out. Long three ball from Lance is no good. Eddie's going to get it 1 second. Fires it up from three-quarter court, and it's just off to the right side of the rim. We've reached the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show where Augusta Southeastern leads Mendota Holy Cross 29-12 at halftime. We'll come back in a couple of minutes with some halftime scoring and more breakdown of this one. You're watching exclusive coverage of the IESA Boys Basketball Championships live on Central Illinois Sports.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate.
Game Masters is your headquarters for all your hunting gear. We have more than just camo hunting attire. Come check out our casual lines of Sitka, Under Armour, North Face, Columbia, Drake, and more. Pursue your prey with these off-road Quiet Cat bikes from Game Masters. Easy to transport and perfect for your next hunting adventure. Game Masters, we're passionate about the outdoors.
Hey, grab me one too.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We welcome you back here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show live from the 7-1A state tournament here in East Peoria Central Junior High School, where Augusta Southeastern has a 29-12 advantage over Mendota Holy Cross in what has been a buzzsaw of a halftime shooting exhibit here for Augusta Southeastern. Sitting alongside with our good friend from Southeastern Schools, Tim Kerr. Tim, this has been a, get that just a little closer to you, Mike, if you don't mind. There we go. Tim, what a shooting exhibition here. Nolan Stevens with 5 triples. Lance has knocked down 1 from long range. Ramsey knocks 1 down from long range. This is a team that only knocks down 4 triples a game, according to Coach Brian Schulian, and seems like they're taking advantage of some open opportunities today.
Yeah, no question. That's something that, you think of 7th grade kids and the three-point line, just how much the game has changed over the years. And you used to think that a three-pointer from a 7th grade kid is not a good shot, but anymore they practice it and they do a good job. That's something that I know I talked to Brian a little bit coming in, and that was one of his concerns. He said, what happens if we don't shoot it very well? And I said, well, you're probably going to lose. So they definitely came out really, really hot and took advantage of some open looks. And Nolan got it going really nice, and I think from the get-go, get 4 or 6 point lead early on, and it kind of relaxes them a little bit, and it's been a great half for us for sure.
On the other side for Southeastern defensively, this is a team that obviously has some nice kids, quick kids. They move very well laterally, and that is obviously causing some challenges for Holy Cross. They're not really able to get their guards into a nice position, but the biggest thing that Southeastern is able to do when that basketball is picked up, there are 2 Suns jerseys immediately on that Holy Cross team, and that's really caused some problems for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's something I know that Brian works a lot with kids on, is just their defensive intensity, and it's kind of a fine line of playing hard and playing smart at the same time, and they do both of those things. Obviously, with foul trouble is always an issue, or it's always something to think about, but they're able to, they've done a good job of keeping their hands up and not reaching, and doing a good job of just collapsing and taking care of the ball handler. And like you said, when they pick it up, they do a good job of swarming. So they're I'd say probably their calling card is their defense, and I think tonight, obviously Holy Cross got a little bit late, but they're that first 3/4 the first half, they didn't get too much. So that was just a tribute to their defense.
On the opposite side for Holy Cross, they're able to put together 6 quick points here. The Eddie kid is a really nice basketball player. We saw Augenbaugh knock down a long shot. This is a team that really just tried to find some momentum, and they were able to do that. It seems like the first 3 minutes of this third quarter will really probably kind of tell the rest of the tale for the game today.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. There's 2 references right now to old Coach Swiska, our old baseball coach, legendary Southeastern coach, and one of them is the defense that our boys are playing right now. They're green. We call it Swice's green defense, and the other one is Coach Swiska always talked about the first 3 minutes of the second half. And interesting you say that, because he always said, if you've had a good half, then you need to take that first 3 minutes and maintain control. And if you've had a poor half, you have 3 minutes to kind of right the ship a little bit. So you're exactly right. If we come out here the first 3 minutes and take care of the basketball and get a couple of shots to go down, then I think we're in good shape.
We saw Holy Cross try to extend that defense a little bit, trying to minimize some of that three-point shooting. You've still got plenty of guys on the offensive side like Hudson Ramsey, Hayden Wilcox, Cash Lance, guys that are able to get the basketball. And I think as you see this defense probably extend a little bit, that's going to give them some more opportunity to probably penetrate into the lane, maybe get some shorter shots coming up in the second half.
Yeah, I thought one of the key plays to the first half was when they came out in their full court press the very first time, and we just went right through it and shot a layup. Hayden shot a layup for us, and they haven't had a lot of success, and they even took the press off. So that's obviously a way that I think they probably thought maybe they could get back in the game with some pressure and cause us some problems. And we just are such a versatile team, ball handling wise, that any of the 5 can take care of the basketball, and you saw that in our full court. In our full court offense when they were pressing us. So, obviously they'll probably try some things like that again, but hopefully we can continue to take care of the basketball and have another good half.
Watching the Little Jess Motors halftime show, we'll run down the halftime scoring for you here for the Southeastern Suns. Carter Akers has played but not scored. Hayden Wilcox has 2. Cash Lance has 5. Nolan Stevens has 17, including 5 from behind the arc. And Hudson Ramsey rounds out the scoring with 5 points. On the opposite side for Mendota Holy Cross, Will Augenbaugh has 2. Cal Doyle has knocked down a triple for 3. Joe Cackley has a free throw for 1. And Quinn Eddy leads the Warriors in scoring with 6 points. Well, Tim Kerr, thank you so much for joining us here. You can hang out if you want to on the mic. We don't care. We'd love to have some added voices. If you want to go cheer with the rest of the Southeastern fans, go right ahead.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll stick around for a while. We have our fan bus of about 45 kids, I think, but I think we've got 4 adults down there supervising. So if you don't mind, I'll hang out.
That sounds great. We'll take you. Well, we're watching the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, second half action from the IESA Boys Basketball State Championships. You're watching it all live on Central Illinois Sports.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930. United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Welcome you back live here to the IESA 7th grade Class 1A state quarterfinals. It's Augusta Southeastern leading Mendota Holy Cross 29-12. Brian Shoemaker joined alongside by Tim Kerr as we get you ready for second half action. Looks like starting 5 for both sides to begin the second half here. Possession will belong to Holy Cross. They were able to rack off 6 quick points towards the end of the half to make this a manageable halftime break. Southeastern jumped out to a 12-0 lead to begin the contest off the hot hands of Nolan Stevens. Pass is tipped out, goes off the hands of Wilcox. Holy Cross, will reset here with just 5 seconds gone by in the third. Augenbaugh with it, tips it down into the corner. That's Cal Doyle. They work it into Eddie in the post, kicks it back out to Liam Jones. Augenbaugh loses the basketball. Eddie picks it back up in the corner. Zone look here for Southeastern coming out of the halftime break. Eddie with it, picks it back up, gets it back to Jones at the volleyball line. His pass goes out to Augenbaugh. And Tim, that's that kind of defensive awareness you talked about. That pass was more generated by Hayden Wilcox, seeing the pass coming on the opposite side and closing out the passing lane, and then they go to the opposite side and the man's not ready.
For sure.
With the basketball now is Wilcox. Drives into the lane, picks it back up at the right elbow, drives in again. Stevens with the basketball. Penetration in, goes up with the right hand, up and good off the glass. Nolan Stevens gets 2 more. He's got 19 on the afternoon, Tim.
Not bad for a little 6th grader, is it?
No, and the thing is, we're as Eddie's 3 goes up and in, Eddie knocks it down, give him 9 on the afternoon. We're accustomed on Central Illinois sports to saying Stevens with a bunch of points,
absolutely.
Usually just followed up with a bunch of points.
Right.
Going up high is Cash Lance with the layup. He's got 7 on the afternoon now. It's 33-15. Augusta with the lead. Now they extend here for full court pressure. Tipped away, stolen by Stevens. Turnover for the Suns. Lance gets it up ahead. Going in for the layup is Hayden Wilcox, and the Suns are rolling 35-15. They're up by 20 after the turnover and the layup. Going in is Augenbaugh. Coast to coast, gets blocked away. Lance with the block. Stevens with the basketball, pushing up, goes up to Lance. Stevens with the deuce. Lance with the dime, and it's a timeout for Holy Cross. And the Suns are up 37-15 as we take a look at the last basket on the Northwestern Mutual replay. As they quickly get it up on the layup and the steal. Suns are rolling here. We'll be back in a minute.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Press Yours on You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours on You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours on You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Back to live action as Holy Cross took the timeout. It's their third of the contest. Eddie with it. Cross-court pass over to Augenbaugh. 3-ball from the right wing is no good. It's a loose ball. Eddie will come back down with it. Goes up high over Akers. Akers is going to get the foul call, and Quinn Eddy will head to the free throw line. For Akers, it'll be his second of the contest. It'll be the first of the quarter against Augusta Southeastern. And Tim, for a guy like Carter Akers, somebody that Coach Schillian told us said he's really stepped into the starting five after the injury and really has made the most of his opportunity.
Yeah, no question. Another one of our sixth grade starters out there. And like you said, Noah Russell, I think probably was kind of slated in the beginning of the season as to be that fifth starter. And Carter's doing a really good job of coming in and knowing his role. And he doesn't try to do too much, but he does a lot of good things for us.
Eddie makes the first. He's got 10 now, make it 11 as he knocks both baskets down. First player in double figures for Holy Cross as they trail by 20. 37-17, 4:05 left to go here on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Lance kicks it out, 3-ball on the way from Wilcox off the front of the iron. Falling out of bounds, Eddie trying to block Lance, and it's going to go out of bounds. Lance trying to make the save, gets a high five from Coach Schillian along the way for the effort. And the Warriors will get the basketball. It's full court press here coming up for Southeastern. Eddie tosses it over now out to Doyle. Gets caught at the midcourt line. Tosses it back now to Liam Jones. Augenbaugh with it. Has to dribble out of trouble there at the free throw line. Cackley with it. Gets double teamed. Augenbaugh top of the key now to Eddie. Kicks it back out. Here comes a 3-ball on the way for Cal Doyle. And Mendota Holy Cross, Tim, has not backed away from this. They're trying to put their way into it.
You're right. Not going away at all.
Cal Doyle has 2 threes. He's got 6 on the afternoon. Lance with the basketball now down to Akers over on the right side. Suns just a little bit overloaded here to the right as Stevens has it top of the key. Finds a lane, goes up with the right hand and good. Nolan Stevens finds the opening and finishes. 39-20 for Stevens. He's got 21 points here on the afternoon. Eddie stops and pops from the elbow. No good. Stevens will come down with the rebound, gets it out to Carter. Back to Stevens. Stevens will take the dribble now to try and get it across the pressure here from the Warriors. 2:49 left to go in the third. He's doing just great, folks. Everybody keeps looking back at you, Tim, wondering if you're doing okay, and you're doing just fine, doing great. 3-ball on the way from Stevens at the back of the iron, no good. He'll get his own miss. Goes in, that's Lance off with it. Eddie picks up the rebound. He'll push the tempo here for Holy Cross. Tipped away back from Lance. Augenbaugh with it. That's going to count. It's going to be a 2 for Augenbaugh as his toe was on the line. 39-22 for Augenbaugh, 4 points in the afternoon. Southeastern will slow things up here just a little bit as Holy Cross has gained a little bit of momentum, and Southeastern trying to take the air out of the gymnasium just a hair. Stevens with it. Up to the top of the key now. This is Wilcox. Down into the corner, Hudson Ramsey with it. He's got 5 points on the day. Winner moves on to the 6:30 semifinal. Well, they'll take on the winner of Ottawa Marquette and Cambridge Junior High School. Cambridge making their first ever appearance in the state tournament, won their first ever regional, Tim, just this year.
Were they undefeated? I think I saw a team down there who were undefeated. I can't remember.
And that's them.
Yeah,
that's correct. Guys diving on the floor with it. Holy Cross comes up with it. Eddie pushes it now down to Doyle. Doyle goes up and finishes on it. Cal Doyle after the loose ball pickup from Eddie. Doyle's got 8, and the Warriors are starting to put some things together. It's still a 15-point advantage, but Holy Cross has all the momentum here in the gym right now, and Brian Schillian will take the Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too for the Wi-Fi 6 experience and internet speeds up to 1 gigabit. That means you'll never buffer while watching Central Illinois sports. Give followthefiber.net a visit. We are back in 1 minute.
You're getting thirsty, bold, refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their tasks. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Southeastern takes the timeout. It's going to be their third of the contest. Each team has burned through 3 here, and as we were talking off air, Tim, Holy Cross has really played Southeastern just about even up here through about maybe the last 5-6 minutes of the basketball game, and sometimes that's hard to keep the focus when you jump out to a big lead here, but we'll see if the Suns are able to regain things here in the latter parts of the third. With the basketball now is Ramsey. Drives over to the right side, kicks it off to Hayden Wilcox. He'll drive in and toss it back out to Lance, who will penetrate in. Stevens now works it in, picks it up at the free throw line, stolen away. Steal by Rafa Arteaga. First time Holy Cross has made a substitution in this contest. Augenbaugh's 3 is no good. Lance will come down with the rebound. Less than a minute to go here in the third. Holy Cross giving it all they can to come back into this one. Stevens gets tripped up, and he'll get traveling call there as he just got a little too look ahead there, just kind of tripped over his own feet. Happens to the best of us.
You need to apply for the PA announcing position in this gym. That lady had a little trouble with that Ortega name.
I'm telling you what, folks, I'm telling you, it's not easy to be a public address announcer. God bless all of us that try, because every now and then you stumble up on one that you just didn't see coming. Augenbaugh will travel in the backcourt. It'll be another turnover here against Holy Cross as Aaron Eddy kind of jokes with the officials here. Stevens will inbound in front of the Holy Cross bench. 42 seconds left to go here in the third. The winner goes on to the 6:30 semifinal. We'll be carrying that live tonight as well on Central Illinois Sports. Lance with the basketball down in the left corner, back up to Stevens. He directs traffic, tells Lance go baseline. Picks the basketball up, now works it back to Akers. 24 seconds left to go here. At the volleyball line with it is Ramsey, trying to drive around Augenbaugh. Lance with it, takes a few dribbles. Eddy tries to steal. Lance goes in, kicks it back out, 3 ball, no. 9 seconds. 7 seconds. Driving in is Ramsey. Shot is no good. Eddy will grab the rebound. 2 seconds, 1 second. We'll get a foul in the backcourt as the Suns just got a little too headstrong there, Tim, and get whistled for the foul in the backcourt.
Kind of a lost start. We did a pretty good job waiting for the last shot and not giving them an opportunity, and we bailed them out with that foul 80 feet from their basket.
Lance will be called for his second personal. It's the second of the quarter against Southeastern. Long pass gets stolen away. Akers with it, and the Southeastern will hold, and that's how we end the third quarter. It's Augusta Southeastern 39, Mendota Holy Cross 24. We've got fourth quarter play-by-play coming up from East Peoria here in 60 seconds.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah.
What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already, he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Thanks to Tim Kerr from the Southeastern School District, stopping by for us here on the Central Illinois Sports broadcast as we get ready for fourth quarter action. Southeastern has the basketball for Holy Cross. Quinn Eddy has 11 points. Cal Doyle has 8 to pace the Warriors. On the opposite side, Nolan Stevens has 21, and Lance has chipped in 7 here. Hudson Ramsey right behind him with 5. Somebody's heading to the semifinals later tonight. Southeastern thinks it might be them after the hot start, but the Holy Cross Warriors have played up right with them here in the second half. Doyle with the basketball, loses it. Southeastern fans wanted to travel, didn't get the call. Eddy with it in the corner, guarded out by Lance, and they say there's going to be a blocking foul against Lance on the push with the body. For Cash Lance, that's going to be his third of the game. And it's going to be the first of the quarter here against Southeastern. As we remind you and we remind ourselves, we reset the fouls at the start of every quarter. Augenbaugh with the basketball. Kicks it back up. Stolen away now. Here comes Wilcox. Hayden Wilcox with the basketball. Needs to get a hold of it. Tosses it back now to Lance. He'll fire it down into the corner. Hudson Ramsey fires up a three from the corner off the side of the iron. Rebound grabbed by Stevens. He'll put it up again. Can't finish that time. Gets his own rebound. He's double teamed, and now there's going to be a jump ball whistled. Possession will go back to the Warriors. So if you're just joining us, it's 39-24. Southeastern jumped out to a 12-0 lead. And I believe by as many as maybe 24-2, Rylan. It was somewhere in that high range as they were just rolling early in this one, but now it is a 34-29 basketball game. Arteaga can't finish on the play. And we're going to get a foul, and it's going to head the other way as Arteaga will get caught with his hand in the cookie jar. For Rafa Arteaga, it'll be his first, team first of the quarter against Holy Cross. Cambridge Junior High and Ottawa Marquette Academy coming up in our final quarterfinal of the day. We'll take a quick break after that and come back for the 5 o'clock semifinals. We hope you'll join us as well. Stevens with the basketball, tosses it back up to the top of the key where Ramsey has to extend for it. He'll bring it back out to the Wildcat at midcourt. Suns working around. Lance drives in. Runner with the right hand. He'll get blocked and go to the free throw line as Cash Lance will head to the line to try and extend this Suns lead. For the Warriors, foul will get whistled against Quinn Eddy. It'll be his first, team second of the quarter. Lance has 7 points on the day for Southeastern, including one from behind the arc. He'll knock down the first. It's a 40-24 advantage. Remind you that we're looking for officials, IHSA and IESA officials. We need you to keep the games going here in the state of Illinois. Visit IESA.org for more details or call the IHSA Officials Department at 309-633-6377. Holy Cross with the basketball now on their end of the court as Augenbaugh's with it. Takes a few dribbles around, tosses it into the corner, gets tipped out by Lance. Nice awareness by Lance to see the pass coming. He tips it out of bounds, and the Warriors will reset with 4:20 left to go here in the contest. West Lincoln Broadwell has advanced to the semifinals along with Siegel St. Michael's, a 23-20 overtime winner. West Lincoln Broadwell won in a runaway over Royal Ogden Prairie View. Pass was stolen away on the inbounds as Ramsey came up with it. He'll bring it across the timeline with 4 minutes. Lance had the basketball, and he's going to get fouled as Eddy had a hand on him, checking him. It'll be Eddy's second. Team third against Holy Cross here in the fourth quarter. And now checking back in will be Liam Jones. Holy Cross again with only 7 players in the roster today. Missing a couple of kids as Coach Aaron Eddy was able to scratch some names off when we went for some name pronunciations. And the Suns have been making them pay for that, working them very, very hard. Lance gets tripped up. Eddy with the steal. Eddy almost loses the basketball, comes up with it, goes up with the left hand and finishes. Quinn Eddy with the steal and the layup. It is 40-26 as Eddy now has 13 for Holy Cross. Every team in this tournament so far that we have seen has one very nice standout player, and Quinn Eddy is that for Holy Cross. Driving in is Wilcox, kicks it back out. 3-ball on the way is good for Cash Lance. Lance knocks another one down. He's in double figures with 11, and Southeastern re-extends the lead 43-26. The answer for Holy Cross no good as it misses everything entirely and will go out of bounds as the Warriors may be just looking a little bit gassed here in the fourth. Live from East Peoria Junior High School. On the outskirts of the Illinois River, bringing you Class 1A coverage of the 7th grade state tournaments. The Southeastern trying to punch their ticket into tonight's semifinals. Lance with it. Nice dump down underneath into Wilcox. He almost loses it, gets it to Ramsey. Ramsey gets tipped away now by Doyle. Stevens goes up with it, hesitates, goes in, shot no good. Eddy will come up with it with 2:30 left to go. Brian Schulian urging the Suns to stay focused defensively as Augenbaugh knocks one down. And Mendota will take the timeout. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. 2:26 left to go in this one. Southeastern 43, Mendota Holy Cross 29. Stick around for the finish live on Central Illinois Sports.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. Where community, excellence, and opportunity come together. Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Holy Cross took the timeout. They should have one remaining. Southeastern has burned 3 timeouts so far here in the contest. 2:26 left to go. Southeastern will have the length of the floor to go as they face full court pressure here from the Warriors. They lose the basketball immediately. Augenbaugh comes up with it, tosses up a 3. It's no good. Stevens will chase down the rebound for Southeastern, and they'll get another crack at it as they get a break on the missed 3 after the turnover. Lance with the basketball, works it back down into the corner to Wilcox. Akers lost it in the lane. They throw it out. Ramsey was able to block Augenbaugh from coming up with it, and it will remain Southeastern basketball. And we'll get a foul here in the backcourt as well. Augenbaugh will get whistled for his hand in the cookie jar. For Augenbaugh, it's his first. Team 4th of the quarter now against Holy Cross. Southeastern will be in bonus shooting for the rest of the game here. 2:04 left to go. Any foul that Holy Cross commits, Southeastern gets 2 tries at the charity line. Akers with Lance gets it on the inbounds pass, and he gets fouled by Eddy. As Holy Cross did not expect Lance to go where he did. He gets the easy inbounds pass and a clear lane to the basket here as you get to check it out on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Eddy will be whistled for the foul. That's going to be his 3rd of the contest. At the line is Cash Lance, 11 points already on the game. First free throw is up and no good. We'll take a quick break after this one and wrap things up with the Blessing Health System postgame show, and we'll get you ready for Cambridge Junior High and Ottawa Marquette, our final quarterfinal of the day. Second free throw is up and good for Cash Lance. Give him a dozen on the afternoon to complement Nolan Stevens' 21. Augenbaugh picks it up at the volleyball line. To Eddy, drives in, sees a lane, goes up with the left hand. He gets fouled, and it's going to count the basket for Quinn Eddy on a nice penetration to the rim, and he's going to finish at the cup, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Eddy has 15 points on the afternoon. It's a 31-44 basketball game. I know it feels like a little larger than that if you've been watching here, but the effort from Holy Cross in the second half is something to be complimented. Eddy has 16 now as he finishes the three-point play. Southeastern works the basketball back out to Ramsey. He dribbles around, and now he'll get fouled by Eddy, and for Eddy, that's going to be his 4th. Last foul against Southeastern went to Akers. It was his 3rd. We should be shooting, and the officials recognize that, and they'll send Ramsey to the free throw line. Hudson Ramsey, 5 points on the afternoon as Eddy gets whistled for his 4th personal foul. Remind you that the Cubbyhole is the official supplier of all IESA apparel. If you want to get your state shirt, you can find it online at cubbyholeonline.com, the official apparel provider here at all IESA state tournament events. First free throw is up and good for Ramsey. Give him a half dozen. Second one up. Rolls in and out of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Cackley. 45-32. Almost stolen away. Doyle holds on to it for Holy Cross. They work it down into the corner to Cackley. Runner on the baseline is no good. Shot up, grabbed by Wilcox. He'll get the rebound and pass it back to Stevens. Gets stolen away from Augenbaugh. Will Augenbaugh fires one up from the corner and rolls around and good. Will Augenbaugh with a steal and a triple. It's a 10-point basketball game. 45-35 with 1:14 to go. Augenbaugh gets a steal. Goes up with it, the block. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Hudson Ramsey. Augenbaugh has 7 points now after the triple. He falls to the floor and gets back up. They're going to work it now to Lance. Lance in the corner. Tosses it back up high. Hudson Ramsey, as it's going to be a line change here as Brian Schillian will call the timeout just to get guys in. Braden Hubbard will check in for Southeastern, 7th grade forward, along with number 15, Carter Lilly, a 7th grade forward. Aiden Bourgeois, 7th grade center, checks in along with Alex Russell, the 7th grade forward, and the 5th one to come in is Noah Russell, the 7th grade forward here. Holy Cross gets the opportunity to take the timeout if they wanted it, and they're going to give them just a split second. Brian Schillian took the timeout just for substitutions, but of course in that opportunity, Holy Cross can take time to talk if they want. They'll get a couple of things in and be done. Cam Pulowski checks in for the first time today for Holy Cross. They work the basketball now. This is Arteaga with it. 31 seconds left to go. Arteaga fires one up from the left block, no good. Cackley comes down with the rebound, goes up, high off the glass and good. And Cackley gets 2. Give him 3 points on the afternoon. Holy Cross will take the timeout. We will take it too. It's a full timeout. We'll be coming back here in just a second. You finish this one up on Central Illinois Sports.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Holy Cross took the timeout. It should be their final one of the ball game. It's a 45-37 basketball game as Holy Cross is maybe honestly kind of outworked Southeastern here a little bit in the second half. Now sometimes that gets a little bit tough to say because Southeastern came out on a fireball of a start here, a 12-0 run to open the game, extended the lead even further than that before Holy Cross was finally able to get some points on the board. But Holy Cross has went on a terror here in the second half. They only trail by 8 with 34 seconds left. They try to work the basketball in to Hubbard. It'll get tipped out of bounds by Ackley as Holy Cross is going to play until the very buzzer here. Holy Cross will get the basketball back. 33.6 left to go. They'll toss it back out to Augenbaugh. They've got to get a shot up quick. Augenbaugh's 3 is no good. Fight for the loose ball. Rebound comes down into the hands of Pulowski. That one's no good. Rebound now grabbed by Bourgeois. Southeastern trying to work the clock out here. Just about done with the basketball now is Russell. Russell goes up with the layup, and Alex Russell puts it home, and a nice exclamation point for the Suns fans as the lead re-extends to 10 and the final seconds count down. Long 3 ball on the way is up and good. Out of the hands of Doyle, and that will wrap this one up. Augusta Southeastern advances to the semifinals later tonight. They win over Mendota Holy Cross 47-40 here in our third quarterfinal of the day. We will take a quick break. We'll come back with our Blessing Health System postgame show. We'll give you final scoring and get you ready for quarterfinal number 4. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the IESA Boys Basketball State Championships live on Central Illinois Sports.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Welcome you back here live on the Blessing Health System postgame show where Augusta Southeastern advances to the semifinals later tonight. They defeat Mendota Holy Cross 47-40 here at Central Junior High School in East Peoria. Let's give you a final rundown of the scoring statistics here today. First up for the losers on the scoreboard, the Holy Cross Warriors. They will wrap up their season with a record of 16-4. Will Augenbaugh finishes with 7 points. Cal Doyle finishes with 11. Quinn Eddy finishes with 16 points and a really nice performance today. And Joe Cackley rounds out the scoring with 3 for the Warriors. On the opposite side, for the Augusta Southeastern Suns, who improved to 19-4 on the season, Carter Akers plays but does not score. Hayden Wilcox finishes up with 2. Cash Lance gets a dozen. He finishes up with 12. Nolan Stevens, the big scorer of the night here with 21 points, including 5 from behind the arc. Hudson Ramsey adds 6, and Alex Russell gets 2 at the end of the contest, to the delight of all the Southeastern fans. Augusta Southeastern advances to the 6:30 semifinal. We'll have that one for you live as well here on Central Illinois Sports. We will take a quick break. We'll reset our stream, and when we come back, it's our final quarterfinal of the day. It's Marquette Academy out of Ottawa taking on Cambridge Junior High. Should be a fun one. We will be back here in just a little bit on Central Illinois Sports.